Good evening. This is Bronson's By Any Means Necessary Fantasy Baseball Talk for Sunday night. Didn't have anything for you last night. Didn't have anything for you Friday. I'm reluctant to even do this one today because it's like 10:30 at night. It's still freaking 90 plus degrees outside. We're having a massive heat wave here in the Pacific Northwest, and it's yesterday was okay. Today's been miserable. I'm exhausted. I'm really tired. I want to go to sleep. I don't think I'm even going to be able to sleep. It's just too hot. And even in this house, there's no AC here. I'm just sweating profusely just sitting here filming this video. I had to put clothes on to film this. So it's going to be a short video because I'm miserable. And really there's not a whole lot of content to talk about. I'm not going to share too much from my life today. It's just hot. But some good news is my driver's license did show up at my parents' house yesterday in the mail, so I'm good to go. So yeah, my days off Wednesday, Thursday. Probably not Wednesday. Well, I guess it could be Wednesday. I put my passport. I was trying to blank there. Passport. Appointment. Oh my God, passport appointment is on Wednesday morning, but maybe I'll go after. But definitely Thursday I should be able to go down to my parents' house and get my car. Yeah, and I'll be driving. That'll be great because I'm just tired of public transit, and I can't even use public transit tomorrow because it's so hot that Portland is shutting public transit down, shutting the train down. Even tomorrow morning when it's not going to be that hot in the morning, when they can still go in the morning. So I'm going to have to ride my bike over to work. And then I should be able to get home because the Vancouver buses will still be running. And they have a shuttle that goes to the airport. I'll just have to time it because it only runs every half hour. And it only runs a very small window of time. There's like a 2-hour window in the afternoon. And then it doesn't come again until late at night, so I'll have to time it right, so I'm not hanging around too long. But yeah, so yeah, it's hot. Let's get to the baseball stuff real quickly here. Some bad news: Josh Naylor, who was a young up and coming hitter for Cleveland, it looks like he's suffered a pretty serious injury earlier in the game. So I would say he's probably done for the season. For those of you who took my advice and added Josh Naylor a couple weeks ago or whatever, or anytime recently, you're gonna have to move on, find a new outfielder. Again, yeah, I wish I could bring my fan in here, but the outlets in this room do not work. So just kind of stuck being miserable for a few minutes. It's actually cooler in my bedroom than it is in here, which is crazy because I feel like my bedroom is hot. Yeah, let's get this done. Some steaming hot hitters to add a couple for you. Luis Arias is really coming on for the Twins. He seems to be 100% healthy. Again, definitely a guy you want to get in there in the outfield to replace Josh Naylor, or second base, a middle infield. Another middle infielder, Willie Adames. I need to look up how to pronounce his name because I don't know. I think it's Adames. Willie Adames, recently traded from Tampa to the Brewers. He's hitting really well at the shortstop position. And Mike Zunino, a catcher, former Mariners top prospect, is quietly, my gosh, been one of the better catchers in fantasy baseball this year, despite the fact that he only plays about 50% of the games, or maybe even less than that. I'm pretty sure he's technically the number 2 catcher in Tampa, but in fantasy, he's the number 1 catcher for Tampa. Streaming pitchers for tomorrow. This might be the worst day for streaming all season long. It's pretty bad. I'm gonna give you a couple of names, just a couple of dart throws. Really, my best advice is to just skip the streaming pitchers tier tomorrow. But if for whatever reason you're desperate on a Monday, just to get a little ahead, Matt Manning, the young prospect of the Tigers against Cleveland, at Cleveland, and Jared Eichhoff. Jared Eichhoff is making his second start for the Mets, replacing Joey Lucchesi, who's out with Tommy John surgery, so he'll be out the rest of this year. Probably most, if not all, of next year. Tough break for him. Jared Eichhoff is a young. I mean, I guess he's not super young. He's been around a little while, but he's a guy who showed some promise with the Phillies back earlier in his career. Kind of had some injury problems, some inconsistencies. Philadelphia kind of moved on, but he's still a decent, still moderately young, still decent enough young guy with some potential that he could deliver could deliver you a good start tomorrow against the Nationals in Nationals Park. Not Washington Park. Nationals Park Washington Park is where the zoo is here in Portland. Nationals Park is where the baseball team plays baseball there in Washington D.C. Yeah, I'm gonna end this video at 6 minutes because I'm just, this sweat is just drenching off me just sitting here for 6 minutes filming this video. It's absolutely ridiculous. I'm still happy that the Arizona Heat came here. It was good to experience that. It's nice to have some trees and some shade and stuff like that here, something you don't have in Phoenix. But Oregon, Pacific Northwest, fun fact, was the hottest place on Earth today. It got up to 116 here in Portland. Probably similar temperatures around the state and around Southwest Washington. Crazy is crazy. Hopefully the temperatures will drop into the 90s. It's pretty sad that we have to say drop into the 90s here, but hopefully they drop into the 90s. I think most of us can pretty reasonably deal with 90-degree heat, 95-degree heat, but man, the mid 100 teens and hundreds it's too much. It's too much for me. I can't do it. I can't do it. Yeah, I never want to live in Phoenix. I know that for a fact now. But yeah, especially since it's not really cooling off even after the sun has gone down, which I think is pretty typical. That's a Phoenix thing that I've heard horror stories about there. From what I hear about Tucson, is the temperature drop pretty dramatically at night, which is great, and it's a little bit temperatures are a little bit more mild. Not in 115, 116 every day. They're in the 102, 103 range, and then it drops at night, so it's a little bit more reasonable. I still need to go down there this summer and experience it for myself so I can really know what the hell I'm talking about. But yeah, we're at almost 8.5 minutes now, but yeah, it's time to get off here. Time to go see if I can get some sleep, get some rest before my 9-mile bike ride across the bridge in the morning. So peace, love, and nacho fries. Stay cool in this heat, and have a blessed day tomorrow. Good luck in your matchups.